digital landscape and leverage technology to meet the changing demands of consumers. So today, as I had said, that we have a guest that is Amos Kimani, who is the CEO of Tausi application, a beauty tech company that is operating in the gig economy to ensure that beauticians as well as, their clients access quality training and jobs using the online space. Amos, thank you so much for creating time.
Thank you.
So why did you stop singing? I am not here to lecture you. Or do you still?
It sounds like you knew me before.
I know you pretty much well, for those who do not know him. Yes, whereas, I mean, at least we used to love your music. So why from music to this space?
So I was a gospel artist, actually one of the top gospel group artists in Kenya between 2013 all the way to 2018. But I noticed I used to want to get glammed on the field before I shoot the music video.
Like we do.
There's something about a fresh cut.
Yes.
Yeah, and I had a team of like 30 dancers.
Right.
So I would spend like some $300 on them. But now finding the makeup artist to agree to come on set, it was always hectic. So some would say musicians don't pay.
Yeah.
We're going to use your name as a product placement, and then you can get more clients. Others want transportation, Nairobi to Tumangi fare.
Right.
So I'm not sending you money and I don't know you. But every time I order an Uber, the guy would just drop me home, no conversation. So I started asking myself, how come drivers are less, but they always feel taken care of? Like there's a system for them.
Right.
Beauticians are more in beauty colleges and all that, but no one really takes care of them. They are always fearing whether they'll do the service and then not get paid.
Okay.
So I tried to match the two, and nilikuwa nimesoma.
Right.
So I was like, okay, let me try this angle now.
Okay.
And SOC was fading out as well. So I think it was just God's timing. Yeah.
So what's this about the e-commerce space that you are now doing? Because it's one thing to identify the gap in the market. It's another to come up with a solution. And how long has this, solution been on board? And just how much of a solution has it offered? Would you literally, say that this is how much it has come in to assist and help?
I would, yeah. So ideally, my plan in the beginning was to merge, like copy the Uber model, and replace cars with beauticians. So people used to call it the Uber of beauty when we were starting, because you would log in on the app, you would see beauticians that are closer to you. When I say beauticians, I mean everyone who does beauty services. That is cosmetology. You can get your hair done. We don't do massages. Massages are a whole different sector. So you can shave anywhere you are. You can do makeup, but makeup is like our Coca-Cola.
Right.
So all these other brands are different. Now, ideally, that's what we did when we started. But we figured out it's easier to have your own model. The business talks back to you in time. So we figured out it's easier to just have our own model. So we created Tausi app. So Tausi is a beauty tech platform that connects quality beauticians to clients. We are starting to leverage on AI now, meaning you can post a photo of yourself. It's going to tell you why your lips are dry. These are the products you can use. These are the top 10 beauticians on this platform that we can book for you. It does everything for you.
Right.
It's like a ChatGPT, but for beauty specifics only.
So that means if I am, say, a musician and I'm going to shoot somewhere in Mombasa, perhaps just looking for the ocean and all that and the beaches, I don't have to carry a beautician from Nairobi.
No.
It will easily tell me that in Mombasa, then there's one that can actually be of assistance.
So it shows you
the ones within this vicinity.
Actually, approximate 15 kilometers. Because we don't want people coming from far, because it's extra charges. Now, there are things we've been doing amazingly. We are shaving more than 25 boarding boys' high schools inside the school compound. So this is some hygiene form of making sure, because boys are dirty in school. Ask me, I know.
And you also do not want to send them out to go and be shaved. They can disappear.
Or go do alcohol and then come back after like 6 hours.
Right.
We have partnerships with tours and travel companies. So the next time you're going to Mombasa, you can select a package that has manicure in the room. That's the only place we do massages. We also have partnerships with churches, leveraging on me as a gospel artist. I had a lot of networks with churches. So I know who's getting married in March, and we just started Feb.
Wow.
So those are the B2B aspects of the things we do. Also, we have partnerships with guys like Bolt. They move our beauticians from point A to point B at 30% off so that they don't get late. It's actually cashless. They don't pay, they can pay end of the month. We also have a partnership with Maybelline. meaning beauticians
buy products.
They buy products at 30% off, meaning if you're a beautician on Tausi app, it's cheaper for you to purchase products.
Okay. Online security is a concern, and I'm glad that you mentioned something to do with that. Just how do you ensure that there's safety for your customers? It's fine. You could be working with brands that are already established. But I mean, these beauticians, you perhaps have no idea of where they come from, their background, in the aspect of security. So just how do you, guarantee the clients that are going to buy in and, get into the application and seek these services, but equally the security of these beauticians, because if I'm going to come from this place to somebody else's home so that I can give them the service, I mean, there needs to be some element of security.
Yeah, so that's a problem we started sorting out from day one.
Okay.
Us partnering with Bolt and other ride-hailing companies has helped with security, because common sense, if somebody is dropping this beautician, it means somebody knows where they are. And Tausi has a Google map. So we know that beautician, where they are, at what facility. We can see which services are ongoing, which ones are finished, and which ones are already scheduled to happen.
Okay.
So we know where our beauticians are. Number two, I think mostly, I forgot the last question.
Well, of course, it was basically about security.
Yeah, it's just security. And that actually allows us to meet our beauticians mostly, at least once a month, in our compound. So they come to our office, we allow them to create content, tell us the issues that they have gone through. So we are not building a business blindly. So we're building it based on what the beauticians are saying, the issues they go through, and we cater for that as well. The reach
is very important. Then one in Kenya would perhaps want to know, at what point can I extend, to get these services? Is it a global market? And I know that the online or the e-commerce space is largely about getting, businesses to the global space. But just how expanded are you?
I actually just remembered the last question. We have a partnership with more than 200 beauty colleges. So meaning we are not the ones doing the verification process.
Okay.
So once you're onboarded on Tausi app, we connect you, because most beauticians are learned from YouTube, University of YouTube.
Yeah.
So most of them don't have certificates. So what we do is we connect them to the closest beauty college that's closer to them, and they get a certificate for cheap, definitely, because it's a partnership. And that helps with the verification process. Your question on how big we are in the whole entire country right now. We've actually been doing this for almost 3 years now. We just launched in Tanzania in 2023. Recently, we were in Cape Town, so we just launched in Cape Town as well. We did a masterclass over there. We were part of the Startup World Cup, which we came in second place, which is like the biggest stage for startups. So we took that opportunity while we were there to do a masterclass and onboard beauticians. And we are also Delaware Incorporated, meaning we are scaling to the States as well.
The online space is quite open to very many people. Why would you suppose one would want to get into such an application to get all these services, as opposed to just going on some of these applications that are there? You go to Instagram and perhaps just search, ask around and all that.
Yeah. So I think you would choose Tausi because we have the first movers advantage, meaning we've done a lot of errors in the beginning. We've figured our stuff out very fast. And then our beauticians, we have something called the Tausi touch, meaning quality control is on a very top-notch service. If you get services from beautician A and get the same service from beautician B, it's going to have the same similar feeling.
Okay.
So our beauticians are very well taught. They dress well. They speak for themselves.
Okay, before we come to the general aspects of the world of e-commerce, briefly, could we just be walked through what it is the application looks like? I mean, how do you get it in the event that you'd want to get it? Do you incur any form of charges in the event that you are working with them, or perhaps you're trying to seek services there? How do you get to make the payments? How do you get to just transact business?
Awesome.
Okay.
So that's my phone right there.
Okay.
I hope no text pops up. So you open the Tausi app.
Okay.
You can see how the UI UX looks like.
All right.
It's a couple of ladies. So you can create an account either as a professional or as a client.
Okay.
So I'm gonna choose.
So one must have an account.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna log in as a client. I'm gonna put in my details.
Okay.
You can zoom on my password. I already see it.
No. I don't think we're going to see that. Okay, well.
All right. So you just wait for it to log in.
Have you put the password?
I already did.
Oh, okay, fine. Let's see. Looks like it's not there anyway.
So
there you go.
You see it? So these are beauticians.
Okay.
All this. It's over 6,000 beauticians.
All right.
So if you know anyone by name, let's say my favorite beautician is called Nyawira. I just search. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Oh, just in case.
Yeah. So you get to see who they are. You get to see the ratings. This is a 4.4. You scroll, you see what other people are saying about her. Awesome job, but keep time. You came too early. That's weird. Thank you.
Too early.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. It's a good complaint.
Yeah. Love your work. Actually, super proud. So you get to see what they're saying. You see the products that they get to use. You get to see the gallery as well.
Oh, nice.
See, this is their job. If you see up here, she's saying she's from Karen. Her services take less than 30 minutes.
Beautiful.
If you don't like what she's doing, you just search somebody else.
Okay. And same applies to almost every other service that is there in.
Yeah, so like say Hamisa, I just click service. I see she does wedding makeup, which is 2,500. So you can already see the pricing before. You see the gallery, you like it. So you just click book.
Let's talk about the pricing briefly.
Yeah.
And most of them will have perhaps different prices.
Yeah, most
Does
of
it
them
not then bring a bit of conflict? Because then you want to have a standard price.
We set the standard. You can't go below this and you can't go above
this. Okay, okay.
So if you guys are 2 in the house, you just click on top here. It auto-calculates itself. So if you're maybe 10, that's what you get.
All right.
So you can see the cost overall is 22,000. But you're going to be asked to pay 4,500, which is 20%.
Oh, 20% for
so
commitment.
That the beautician,
is there room for bargaining and all that?
You can't.
You cannot.
You cannot.
The prices are standard.
They're standard.
So how do you make your money? How do they make their money? How,
Yeah, so the 20% is for commitment, so that the beautician doesn't leave the house and then you change your mind.
Right.
We earn that 20%.
Okay.
And then once it's done, the beautician will prompt you with the app to pay the other amount, which is theirs. They earn 80%.
Okay.
Compared to the old traditional salons where they get like a 30% commission. So you select your date. You can select 1 hour from now.
Okay.
Or 30 days. You have a whole calendar right there. Specify your time, say 8:30 in the morning. Now, if I continue, it's supposed to know my location right there by itself. You see, it knows where I am.
Just make sure they don't come, eh?
Yeah,
right.
I'm not going to go through. So I can change, because I can book while I'm seated here, but I want the service in Karen tomorrow.
Okay.
So I can change. If I click change, it goes to...
So if this particular person is booked maybe for tomorrow,
it's going to say.
It's going to tell you.
Now, when you're setting up as a beautician, you set the time you're in.
Okay.
So it actually doesn't double book, but it can reroute to somebody if you don't accept it. So it reroutes to somebody who's the same quality as you, same ratings as you as a beautician.
So one goes to Play Store to get the application so that you can register. So now if I click finish, after indicating, I can even go ahead and indicate my house number, my estate, just for details. Even go ahead and put preferred services, products. Maybe I only use Maybelline products. If I click finish, that's it. I'm just supposed to put my M-Pesa number right there. And then it's going to deduct 20%, and now the booking is valid.
Okay. Yeah.
What happens to those ones who would wish to get services from Tausi, but they actually do not want to register?
We have dial a beautician.
Okay.
Just call 0111 80 38 83 83.
All right.
That means we can do it manually for you.
Okay. So what are some of these challenges that you get to experience in this space of e-commerce that is quite delicate but equally quite flexible and diverse?
I think 2 problems have been the hugest, which is quality control.
Okay.
You might get different skin tones from different guys, and our beauticians are very professional, but sometimes clients want their makeup done in a certain type of way. They want a certain type of haircut. So that quality control, that has been a problem in both angles for clients and for beauticians. And I don't know how we're going to fix that. We've been trying to educate them mostly on understanding the client first before they even start the service.
And you have gotten complaints where someone says, well, I got a reaction after your beautician used this product on me.
Actually, it's funny because, ratings and reviews are different.
Yeah.
So ratings is what you get. That's like a 5-star. This is a 5-star beautician.
Yes.
Reviews are comments. So you might be a 5-star, you did a nice job, but the comments are like, okay, you are talking too much about situations while you are working on me. Kindly next time, make sure you're not talking as much. So we're trying to make sure beauticians understand the environment they're in the minute they walk into your house or your workspace.
Well, technology continues to evolve, and we appreciate the numerous, people that are coming up to tap into technology to just be creative and to offer solutions, for the numerous markets that are there. Well, time flies pretty much. As we sum it up, what would you say? What would you tell someone who wants to get into this space in terms of business, of e-commerce, and the benefits that are obviously out there for people to see?
I feel like we don't have enough founders in Kenya, and we also don't have enough developers, so it takes a lot of time to actually build something. And the reason we don't have enough founders is because people are scared. Building your dream, building something that was in your head, bringing it out live, it's a bit scary. But I think my advice to people, I was told by somebody, they gave me an example and told me, if you're driving a car and it's raining and your car has some issues, if you stay in the car and just put hazards, nobody knows what you're doing inside the car. People will just pass you by. But if you walk outside, you open your bonnet and try fixing it, people will help you. Because they understand you're trying and you're stuck. Same thing applies with founders. If you have that amazing idea, if you just stay with it, nobody will know. Probably the person who's trying to fund your sector is just waiting for you to start. You don't even have to have revenue, you don't have to have users just yet. So my advice is just start. Africa, specifically Kenya, is a very nice ecosystem for startups. And I would urge you to just start, build something.
Well, beautiful application there, beautiful way of just, joining clients as well to business persons. And, the growth of technology and innovation continues. And like Amos would tell you, it is important that you start. If you have that magical idea, it can only help, it can only be useful if at all it is implemented. Amos Kimani, the CEO Tausi application, you can check him out online and see whether then this is an app that would come in handy to address that need that has not been met just yet. My name is Linda Alela on this edition of Disruptive Friday. I look forward to seeing you again next Friday for the same, but tomorrow we meet up on Her Say. Do not miss out. Do have yourself a lovely night, and of course appreciation to the